Okay. Again, good morning, everyone, and welcome again. It is one of the, according to Buddhism, according to the lineage teaching, this is one of the great joyous moments in our life. We exploring the teachings of the Buddha, the essence, the teaching of the Buddha, and the Dzogchen teachings. This Dzogchen teaching is not something that outside, other side of the side, we're trying to focus that. We're looking to our innate nature. We discover our innate, beautiful nature that we didn't discover so many lifetimes. Today, we're discovering that teaching by the gracious teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni, Gurupa Masambhava, and all the lineage masters are pointing out, hey, you have the treasure. This is your treasure. You should revere. Be on that. Don't neglect that. That is what it is. So, therefore, it is so special. According to the lineage, according to the teaching, according to the spiritual seeking that we like to make change and the difference in our lives, this is what should be. This is, therefore, we should bring more joy and appreciation, more grateful. This is not something that we go accidentally because we are so powerful with this and that things, but truly this is, we are connected to this teaching, karmically connected with this teaching, and this is what the teaching is. So therefore, they bring joy and appreciation and great, tremendous, graceful these things. Same time, according to the teaching, according to the Dzogchen teaching, according to the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamuni, we are doing these practices not just only ourselves, but for all the living beings, bring them joy, peace, happiness, remove their suffering, the difficulty, troubles, whatever they're going through in their lives, or life after. Really, truly, what we are going to do today, exploring, may this benefit to all those beings as a ripple effect. Bring them to their innate nature, discover their innate nature. They're not just a kind of like completely lost to the destination and the direction. We find their direction, discover their innate nature, kind of wishing sincerely the bottom of our heart, and that is known as in Buddhism, bodhicitta. I mean, many of you know this. Bodhicitta is again nothing, something alien, strange things we are trying to be. It is our nature. We discover it. Actually, Dzogchen teaching is the essence of bodhicitta teaching. Dzogchen is the embodiment, the essence of the bodhicitta, and bodhicitta is love, bodhicitta is compassion, bodhicitta is wisdom. That combination, all that wholesome quality is Dzogchen teaching. So therefore, we should start right now. Dzogchen is not something waiting game in the future. We're going to discover right now. We should start. Number one, or when we started with that, then we move the expanding, growing the deeper, stronger, and higher, and then move forward. Makes us joy for ourselves, joy for all the beings. So therefore bring more joy and more bodhicitta. At the same time, also bring a little more kind of understanding, purity natures. According to Dzogchen teaching, according to the higher esoteric teaching of the Buddhism, entire this universe is already enlightened, awakened status. That means we are already enlightened, awakened status. Only what is blocked, our dualities, our kind of duality, fabrication of the what we created, that blocked the reality, nature, face of nature said that. But reality, it is pure, that. So today we're trying to discover that nature, therefore kind of a little bit open our heart toward that direction of the purity understanding. All is, everything is quite purity state. And the Dzogchen teaching often said, is the mandala or the circle of the three kayas. Dharmakaya, Sambhokaya, Nirmakaya status. We are in that state. Universe is in that state. Everyone is in that state. No one is out of the three kaya status. Already enlightened qualities. Bring that nature again. Bring that light in our kind of state of mind. It's all known as a practice. We are really bring, not just stay all the time midst of the under the duality and kind of fabrication and all this kind of like cold and dark and ice states all the time. Bring that light and warmth quality in our heart and mind, and that is known as the hallmark of the practitioners. It is a practice. We practice. We like to make the change and the discover and the change ourselves, discover our inner nature. That's what we are here. actually explored that. So therefore, all those are generally known as the foundation and very necessary, important at the beginning times. And with those beautiful call it an intention and motivation. And now, then we go to explore the meaning of the Dzogchen teachings a little bit. And of course, I'm sure many of you already know what the Dzogchen teachings and all that. But again, it's not just knowing is important, or knowing is that is enough, because for us, we need to practice this. To do practice, we need to remind again and again, because our duality mind is very fabrication, and it just always kind of like neglected and miss the point always, even we know that. So therefore, again, kind of bring to reminding each other is our kind of like why we should do. That's what in the Buddha's teaching what called Sangha member means helping and support to each other along the path to reach the enlightenment. So as we are all Sangha member and we remind each other. So in that state, I will in a way remind you according to my best capabilities of the teaching through the life of the Guru Pema Sambhava and the lineage masters. And how, through what we are going to do, and that is then this great teaching. I think many of you maybe read the book and you already have this. This is the very famous Dzogchen teaching that taught by the Guru Pema Sambhava. And also even translated a long time ago, John Reynolds. I think many of you maybe have that, or maybe now even they have new version of a translation too, because the Dharma is quite flourishing everywhere. So that, I'm sure you read that. But however, whether you read or not, we will go on these meanings, this. Now, we talk a little bit about the whole, this teaching generally, and a little bit history of the teaching, and that is how. And this is again, Dzogchen teaching is the teaching of the Buddha Shakyamunis. Buddha Shakyamuni give this teaching not in the form of what we see Buddha, like this, not this form. Buddha gave this teaching in the Sambhogaya forms. And where he gave this teaching? In the celestial realms. And so many enlightened beings, Dakas and Dakinis, Buddha Shakyamuni gave this teaching. And also often known as Buddha Shakyamuni gave the Dzogchen teaching in form of the Buddha Samantabhadra or the Buddha Vajrasattva, that Buddha Shakyamuni gave this teachings. As this teaching, where we give these teachings, and this teaching came to, in this human world, very famous, again, Nyingma teacher, master, known as Garab Dorje. Garab Dorje brought this Dzogchen teaching, or the revealed this teaching. Dzogchen teaching to this world. And Garab Dorje was also known as the emanation of the Buddha Vajrasattvas. That came in the form of the human. Garab Dorje is form of the Vajrasattva in human forms. So that is what the Garab Dorje is. Garab Dorje. And then Garab Dorje's foremost the disciple teacher is known as the Manjushri Mitra. And Manjushri Mitra entirely Dzogchen teachings into three groups, known as then the same or mind sections, space sections, and the instruction sections. That we divided into that three sections. And then the foremost disciple of the Manjushri Mitra is known as Shri Sangha. Shri Sangha divided again the fifth instruction section. The third section of the Dzogchen teaching divided into four more sections. Outer, inner, secret, the most secret sections, all that. And that all essence of teachings then kind of revealed by the great master, such or board, cleared by board, then by Guru Pema Sambhava, great master Bhamala Mitras, and later on great master teacher Longchen Padis. So that is really how the Dzogchen teaching is. And then Guru Pema Sambhava, who came, Bhamala Mitra, who came in Tibet in the 8th centuries. And Guru Pema Sambhava is known as then directly emanation of the Buddha Amitabha, and as well as Buddha Shakyamuni himself. Both came in one together as Guru Pema Sambhava. Guru Pema Sambhava revealed so many Vajrayana teachings, and both. He is also known as the Vajrayana great Buddhas. He really revealed so many teachings, or make available those Vajrayana teachings to this world and to the connected portion that all that we disciples. And this is what Guru Pema Sambhava, among that one of his great teachings, among the old teachings, and then this is the Dzogchen teaching. So that is how the Dzogchen teaching kind of came. And they continually preserved that Dzogchen teaching in Tibet by the practice of meditation, and studying continually carried on, continually until now as unbroken lineage systems. And this Dzogchen teaching also came to Tibet. When Guru Pema Sambhava gave the Dzogchen teaching, this Dzogchen teaching is transmitted through two different channels or the two different systems. Those are known as the Karma and the Dharma lineages. So two systems. That is also later. Also these two lineages merged together as one single lineage or came to separately continue now that. And particularly today's teaching, what we're going to discuss is Dharma teachings or the hidden rediscovered lineage teachings. This is Guru Pema Sambhava told in the 8th century, and then same time thinking of the future generations. Then he and Vasudevaki Nichisoja hidden these teachings and rediscovered by very famous young Materdo known as Karma Lampas. Karma Lampa discovered these Dharma teachings around around 12 or 13th century, around that time, I think. Around that time, he discovered this teaching, and this became one of the most powerful Dharma teachings really throughout all Tibetan practice, in particular, of course, in Nyingma and the Kagyu schools of Tibetan Buddhism. It's become very popular teachings. And the entire, that whole cycle of teaching is known as then peaceful wrath of deities and also self-liberated practice. So from that cycle, this is the teaching came from. And this is known as then, if you kind of roughly translate it from the self-liberating realization mind of the profound peaceful wrath for deities. And this teaching is known as introduced the naked awareness. Naked awareness, moment you see, bring the liberation or the realizations. That is the title of these teachings. So that is what it is. And now we go to the next lineage itself. So that's the really kind of overview of how this lineage came and included titles. And now we go to this text itself. And then now this is what? His first is homages. Homage. This is the word Guru Pema Sambhava, which is, as I said, hidden, rediscovered by this great Teto. He transcribed this teaching. So first is Guru Pema Sambhava is paying homage or respect to whom? Guru Pema Sambhava respecting, paid homage to the three Kayas. As I said before, and many of I'm sure you know the three Kayas. Dharmakaya, Sambhokaya, and then Dharmakayas. These three Kayas. These three Kayas, he said, I pay homage. The deity or the Buddha of the three Kaya. What is this three Kayas? Where is this three Kaya? Is subliminating one's own awareness. Subliminating one's own awareness. So this is not the three Kaya, is externally existing paying homage. It is pointing out, this is from here is pointing out. We all inherited this beautiful nature, which is known as self-awareness. Self-awareness is our nature. That is inherited each and every one of all we have. We all have this. This nature is embodiment of three Kayas. This what awareness in the Tibet, what is called Rupa, or awareness. It is, nature is what? Rupa is not dull. No, Rupa is not peaceful object. It's subliminated. This is your mind. This is my mind. It's our nature. That's the way out. So this time when we give this teaching or we go through this teaching, we're not going to thinking somewhere else mind or somewhere else talking nature. It's pointing out your nature of the mind. Everyone's by nature. So now here, the very beginning, what the great master Guru Pema said, your nature. Rupa is subliminating. It's clear. So this is sublimination, what is known as is intelligence. Rupa is intelligence. Rupa is wisdom. Rupa is awareness, or the awareness is awareness. It's a brilliant awareness. And there is subliminating. It's not somebody else coming and putting the torch on that and illuminating. It is self. Rupa itself is illuminating. That how also we can know. For example, we know ourselves. When we are happy, we don't have to ask someone to the doctor or say, am I happy? Do we need really ask to anyone that, am I happy? No. You know you're happy. Also same time, when we are sad, we don't have to go to ask anyone, do I'm sad or suffering. You know. That intelligence is known as subliminate, self-clarity, self-intelligence. It's not somebody else doing that, it's ourself, your nature. Nature and my nature. This is what the Rupa is. Nature is. This, if we go a little deeper than, or a little detail on this, then this is a Trikaya. That means Trikaya means enlightened status. Rupa is your nature, my nature is originally enlightened status. When we talk about the Buddhas, we already talk about the Buddha as enlightened. It's true, Buddha is enlightened. And our Rupa is enlightened. Your Rupa is enlightened. My Rupa is enlightened. Enlightened, completely enlightened. It's not partial enlightened. It's total, completely enlightened. And how? In a Trikaya status. Dharmakaya status, Sambhogaya status, Nirmakaya status, we are all enlightened. Every aspect of quality of enlightenment is right with you, right with us. To recognize that nature as it is, and with delight, with confidence, that is known as beholding your nature of the mind, my nature of the mind. Guru Pema Sangha was saying, paying homages. Generally, homage means what? The respect, right? That everybody knows. Respect and appreciation. But there is, according generally to Buddhism, Buddha's teaching, there is 3 different ways respects. Respect as an object and subject with great respect. Or respect, understanding, where everything is like in the mandala of the Buddha, as he said before, and you bring that realization, can be in that state, is known as then meditation to respect. So when you don't have doubt and hesitation, when we merge in that nature status, that is respect. Respect, that is deep respect. That's the second respect. And the third respect is realize the nature as it is without a subject and object. That is the ultimate respect. This time, paying homage to the subliminated clarity of the Trikaya, of the self-awareness, it is the ultimate respect. When you see this, there is no subject and object divided. There is not the door is on the other side, and what you are knowing is the other side. Not subject and object. Just as moment you recognize, that moment is merged in one single state as free from the subject and object. That realization is known as in Tibetan Tsewang. Recognize the fully nature as it is. This is the most highest respect, highest homages, highest merging in that state as beyond subject and object. That means no dualities. Duality, dogma is gone. Just merge it in the nature state exactly as it is. This is what paying homages. This paying homage, as Guru Pema Sangha said here, this generally really encompasses entire these teachings. What now these following teachings, all this is teachings about this Rupa. Teachings about the 3 Kayas. That's what it is. Teachings about our nature, your nature, my nature is total. That is So this is the summary in a way of the entire teachings, condensed teachings. Now going a little more details on these teachings. So now we're exploring what the nature is. So one after another step. This exploring nature is also generally in Buddhism, Buddha's teaching, when Buddha gave the teaching. For example, when Buddha gave the first teaching in Saranaka or Varanasi, what we call Four Noble Truth teachings. What Buddha said first. Four Noble Truth teaching is suffering truth. You must understanding suffering truths. That's what Buddha said. Master understanding suffering truth. Second noble truth teaching is you must be abandon cause of suffering truths. First, you know understanding suffering. Second, abandon, give up the cause of suffering truths. Cause of suffering truths. How to give up the cause of suffering truths? You must follow the path. Follow the path. Follow the path. That is path truth. Follow the path truth. Follow it. And the fourth, actualizing the cessation status. What is ceasing? All the duality fabrications are ceasing. You must actualize the ceases. That. So what is this Four Noble Truth, the essence teachings? For example, in this case, when you look at this. First, understanding. Then have the determination to give up the cause. Third, follow the path. Then actualize it. So now, in this case, for this following this teaching is following the path. Following the path. What do we like to cease? We like to cease dualities. Duality be ceased. That is what we like to be actualized. This duality is not going to cease without following the path. In this case, following the path of Rupa. Following the nature of the Rupa as it is. That is what it is. Following going the Rupa. Now, here, with this understanding, here, then Guru Pema Sambhavi now the teaching. So, I'm going to have. So now following the path, we're going to follow the Dzogchen path. Dzogchen is the highest teaching of the Buddhists. What actually, again, to go breed of this one after another, then, what means Dzogchen? Dzogchen is a Tibetan word which means everything completely. There's nothing is missing. In this case, what is Dzogchen? Dzogchen can be divided into three sections. The foundation Dzogchen, path Dzogchen, and a result Dzogchen. What is this path Dzogchen? Foundation Dzogchen. Foundation Dzogchen is the nature of our mind, nature of the Rupa. That is foundation. We're going to this. What is this nature? Rupa is what? Rupa is free from object and subject, free from the existing, non-existing, neither and either. And Rupa is, in the general Buddhist terminology, is great emptiness, great Mother Panja Paramata, great that nature, great nature of that emptiness. That is the foundation of Dzogchen. Once you have understood that foundation, now you're going to explore that. Following that, that is known as path Dzogchen, following the path. That means you're practicing. Once you discover that foundation, that nature, it's not just enough. Enough, we have to bring that full realization. To bring the full realization is then Practicing. Practice. Keep practices. That is known as following the path. And that is then in this teaching explaining exactly how to follow the teaching, that path. Once you follow that path, and then what do you actualize? Realization, natural, exactly as it is, without any hindrance, without any obstacles of dualities. That is known as the fruit dzogchen. Fruit of dzogchen. So that this the kind of, just keep that thought in the mind. Mind, that's how we follow it. Now with this understanding, when we follow this dzogchen, follow the path, then here Great Master Gurupema Masamba said here, once again saying this, from the profound nature of the peaceful Raja teaching that self-liberating, and then I will show you I will pointing out self-liberating nature of the naked nature of the Rupa. That is what Nirma says. And now he said, in order to pointing out the Rupa, here Gurupema Masamba said, in order to pointing out the Rupa, listen or carefully or attentively, pay very attention. Pay attention, fortunate practitioners. Pay attention carefully and fortunate practitioners, or fortunate noble son and noble daughters. So that's what it said. Teaching, you absorb that teaching. That means also teaching must be absorbed to the heart, not come from the right ear and leave other ears. Ears kind of like as exit, but let that teaching absorb to the heart. It is about our nature of the mind, your nature of the mind. We're not talking any stranger things anywhere else. We're talking about ourselves, our treasure, our nature, as I said before. So therefore, just pay attention now. We're discovering one after another our this beautiful nature, the quality or the mystery of these beautiful natures. And now, with that, and then there is also some teachings. The word said, Samaya Jaja. That means it's very precious, very sacred, and honor and respect, and keep as your treasures. Keep as your heart instructions. That. And now, with that, and then Gurupema Masamba begins here. He said, Emaho. Emaho is a Sanskrit word, means amazing, awesome. Oh, how wonderful, wonderful, that means. So that begins, awesome, wonderful, amazing, wondrous, how beautiful this. What is beautiful? The treasure is with you. Treasure is with me. This is one of the brilliant days of the today. We're discovering our treasures. We're not missing anything. The whole treasures are with us. Whole treasures of the enlightened beings, all treasures of the samsara, everything is with us. All that started from here, from your rupa, from your my rupa, or awareness, or my awareness. Therefore, it's wonderful. It's how rich, how powerful, how pervasive, how glorious, how deep, and how infinite it is. For that reason, it's so amazing, so marvelous, so wonderful. That's what it said. Now, in the teaching, so what that said, and then Gurupema Masamba. Now, of this mind. Mind is the pervasive qualities, pervasive both samsara and nirvanas. Nirvana and the samsaras, what we, I think many of you know, this is the Buddhist, in the Buddhist teachings, the big terminologies. Samsara means whole this universal world. This is called the samsaras. And nirvana is all the enlightenment things. Everything what we're looking forward, all the Buddhist practices looking forward to reach, to become, to capture the nirvana state, or the enlightenment, or the Buddha. Buddha's domain, Buddha's environment, enlightened environment. which is so powerful. Samsara is where we are, and nirvana is what we're looking forward for by the practitioners. These two are so big, so gigantic, so pervasive in a way. We're like, but where that started? Who is ruling that? That is true. Is no other than one's own mind. So that means nirvana is coming from your mind, samsara is coming our mind or your mind. It's nothing else. Therefore, mind is the most powerful. Our mind, our mind is so much powerful according to Buddhism. It is the mostly producer of every environment of everything, both in samsara and nirvanas. It's mind. If I use the word now, the awareness. Rupa is the producer of both samsara and nirvanas. What is the difference in the Buddhism or in the Dzogchen teaching? Sometimes, generally, there's the mind in the English too. I think there's many synonyms about the mind. Mind, thought, intelligence. I mean, you have many names of the mind. In Tibetan Buddhism, there's so many names in the mind about the synonym of the mind. But particularly in the Dzogchen teaching, use the mind and the rupa. Mind is, as I'm translating, mind. Or mind and the rupa. What is it in the Dzogchen teaching? Same and the rupa. Same and the rupa. If we translate it same into English, is mind. Rupa, if we translate it into English, is awareness. What in the Dzogchen teaching makes that big distinctions. What is the distinctions of the mind, or same and the rupa, or mind and awareness? And mind is dualities. Rupa is free from the dualities. So now you think, what the difference? Both has the intelligence. Both has clarity. Both has wisdom, call it. Wisdoms. Both has. But one is duality, one is out of duality, or free from duality. And what is both are where is both? It's both are the same nature. There's no two different compartment of the mind or the rupa, or same and rupa, or mind in awareness. Both are the same. With duality is called mind. Without the duality is known as awareness or the rupa. I'm translating awareness, rupa as awareness. This. And samsara is produced by the dualities, and nirvana is produced by the beyond the duality or rupa, mind that which is beyond or free from dualities. So that is the difference. What the difference between? Otherwise, both are the same. That. So now, the nature of the mind. Mind is a pervasive to both samsara and nirvana. Nirvana, this is what it is. But when you don't recognize this nature, because of a duality, we are kind of carried by force of dualities. Then duality always looking subject and objects. And always thinking something is outside and carried by that. And as we kind of diluted by that looking solution from the outside, then it is just continually diluted one after another. And it just ripple effect, or it is chain reactions. It just continually carried by force of duality and wandering in the world of the dualities. Reality level, that duality itself is not really existing as a subject and object. If you investigate and analyze where is this dualities, what is that? Moment you put that inquiry to the system of the duality, the base of duality identity with duality, nature with duality is collapsed. Collapsed. And that is what in the Dzogchen teaching, known as liberated. Where? Liberated. Its own natural status. Its natural status. Natural state of great emptiness, great openness. It's not natural, it's dissolved or naturally liberated. Liberated. And when we duality fabricated as a subject and object, then we didn't recognize this nature of the mind, that clarity and continually arising awareness, we didn't recognize. And because we carry the force, we're looking to the one direction all the time. Duality is cornered mind, narrow mind, and looking to the other directions. And this is how we see that. And however, the nature of your mind or our rupa, our mind is nothing really obscured, even by the dualities. Even the dualities doing all this fabrication is only happening on the surface. On the surface, reality nature of the rupa is nothing blocked at all. It's totally open freedom in unstable status. It's therefore called unceasing status. Nature is unceasing. It's continually flowing these rupas. This is the order to recognize this nature, exactly to find out the teachings to nature of this, call it of the mind, all those teachings that give by Buddha Shakyamunis. All the teachings. Those teachings are known as then 84,000 standard teachings. Buddha gave all those teachings only to recognizing of this secret system of the nature of our awareness or nature of the mind or the rupa. Otherwise, there is nothing Buddha give any teachings except to recognize of this nature of the mind. All these teachings, everything, whatever the Buddha give the teaching, it is all purpose to discover this innate nature, the system as it is. Those all teachings the Buddha give. Why Buddha give so many of those teachings? Buddha don't want to make the forceful to, according to their readiness, according to their capability. Readiness, Buddha give all those teachings. Those teachings are explaining in these teachings, so maybe I won't go, but however, those teachings are known as that. All those, according to my system, is called Nayana teachings. All the teachings. Or in the Buddhist generally said all the Theravada teachings, Mahayana teachings, and as well as Vajrayana teachings. All those teachings. Buddha give. Every teaching is aligned toward to discover this nature. They teach one after another, gradually to discover our innate nature of the mind. That every teachings, all teaching really follows to that direction. There's nothing else. All these teachings. So that's what the Guru this all the teachings that so vast, so deep, and so profound, 84,000 teachings or more plus teachings. Whatever the Buddha give the teachings of the like Buddha Shakyamuni, who is according to Buddhism is considered as the Buddha of the Persian time or Persian these eras. Whatever Buddha give that teaching is purpose to discover these teachings. Past Buddhas of the according Buddhism, there is like according 1,000 Buddha of the fortunate eons. I think maybe you already know those, and then 3 Buddha came before. What they give Buddha those teachings? Only purpose to discover this nature. And the future upcoming among the 1,000 Buddha, there is 996, I think, Buddha is going to come. Those teachings are all teaching of to discover this nature. Otherwise, there's nothing else. So whatever, and then in this Buddha's teaching or Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, divided according to Nayana teachings, such as like Charvakayana teaching, Buddha teaching, Bodhisattvayana teaching. Those are known as the causal yanas, or the Sutra teachings, and Tantrayana teaching can be divided into 2 groups. outer tantra, inner tantra, and the outer tantra can be divided into 3 more, which is known as Kriya Tantra, Upa Tantra, Yoga Tantra, and the inner tantra can be divided into Mahayoga, Anu Yoga, Ati Yoga. All those teachings is only to purpose to discover our inner nature of the mind, nature of the thing. What the reason why I have to discover this inner nature? I think we've said so many times, you know. Because then if we discover our inner nature, the samsara delusion will be ended. Samsara delusion will be freed. And then what? We become the enlightenment, become the Buddha. It's nothing changed, anything that, but our environment is become as environment of the preformed dualities. Enlightened qualities. Then we don't have the struggling of the samsara, all the turbulence what we go through in the samsara. That nightmare, that phenomena is removed or liberated within own its nature state. It's not just a fight or somewhere else, but it's just sub-liberated within its nature state. Our environment is completely become as enlightened state. All the delusion and the fabrications and the difficulties, challenges are completely ended. That is known as the end of the samsara, ended the delusion, or the ended all the hardship and the difficulties. So that is what it is. Now, so therefore, so that is what this teaching said. All these teachings, whatever Buddha gave, is teaching to recognize and to discover this beautiful inner natures. So that is one briefly, kind of like one section. Another, again, moreover, that Gurudev Masamba was teaching this, then here said again, oh, how amazing, the fortunate noble son and noble daughter, listen to me. Listen to me. And to discover this nature of the mind, or to discover this nature of the mind, there is so many varieties of the philosophical systems came. Variety of the philosophical systems and the schools and the religious, the spiritual groups coming one after another to discover this inner nature. There is many of those. So many schools, so many different that. And so that, and to really summarize that, in all this, what is this mind is known as, in the ordinary people, what is this mind is called? What is the ordinary mind is? They didn't recognize the nature of the mind, and therefore they're wandering in the 3 realms or the 6 realms. They're wandering. We're all wandering in the 3 realms, 6 realms, because not knowing the nature of our mind or nature. Symbolic nature, we don't recognize that, and we're wandering in the 3 realms or the 6 realms. 3 realms, I think, if we use those terminologies, the 3 realms is known as the desire realm, form realm, and formless realms. 6 realms, 3 lower realms, and the 3 upper realms. So altogether 6 realms. And those I just listed the names, and you can look to the others texts too. I mean, those people who don't know those things. And this is the according Buddha's teaching. There is 6 realms. 6 realms. So that means, in a way, almost like kind of 6 different categories of the beings that who are experiencing 6 different kind of environments, because due to their own karma or their own dualities. And those 6 realms, such as the hell realms, hunger ghost realms, animal realms. And then the 4th is our human realms, and the 5th is known as the asura realm or demigods realms, and the 6th is realm of the gods or the divines. That's those all known as 6 realms. No matter whatever their environment, whatever their kind of like the experience they're going through, but still they are world of dualities. Therefore, they are samsara. All of that in a samsara. They can be changed. Change is samsara. Samsara, we're wandering. Why is it called wandering? Why is used the Gurudev Masama wandering that, or wandering, or roaming? Roaming because And that in a with living beings, according to Buddhism, I mean, you all know that it's not the first time we came here, nor it will be not last. As long as we have the fuel of the karma in the dualities, our moving, the environment of this system is never going to end. Right? As long as you have the cause and the condition to be dreaming, dream not going to end. As long as you're sleeping and cause and conditions are there, we begin to dream all the time. Dream not going to end. Similarly, samsara experience never going to end. And as long as fuel of the, if I use terminology simple, the dualities. As long as we have duality, that long we will be wandering in the samsara. And that's wandering in the samsara according our degrees of our creation and fuel of the dualities. If duality creates something big, heavy cause as fuel, that will take us to the lower realms. As light fuel of duality, it will take to the upper realms. That's what according to Buddhism, Buddha taught that. So samsara that we've been wandering. How long are we going to wander? Until we realize that our nature of the mind or the rupa. Until we realize that long we are going to wander that. And once we recognize the rupa, or once we discover our innate nature of the mind, then we are not going to wandering. We are not going to roaming. And we are going to become as enlightened beings, or the great bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas are enlightened beings. The Buddhas, they are not roaming because they see the future destinations. They see everything within their awareness. Everything is in their radar spots. For example, ourselves, we don't know, or many of us, we really don't know what is going to be next year or even next week. We are always on the presumption status. And we don't know anything of the past. Then what have the memories of our young times? Before that, we don't know. And the future, we don't know. There is only small window of light in the present time we see. That is also very small, very tiny. We really don't see. That's how the duality is blocking us. Our environment, even our intelligence, our understanding is blocking. So our is presumptions. Whatever the duality takes, we are in the kind of mercy or the hand of dualities. But the Buddhas are enlightened beings. They are enlightened. They see past, they see present, they see future, everything in their control, in their destination. Therefore known as emanations, emanating. Our birth is rebirth. It's not emanation, nations. Even we take in a similar, same way, the emanation taking the birth, we taking the birth, but it's kind of different styles, different systems. Even it looks like same, but it's different. One is fully understanding, one is unknowing show by the chance of the duality or the karma. So we're wandering. In a way, we're wandering without knowing the destination as like blindfolds of the dualities. That's why Ngorpe Masamba used then wandering in some 6 realms. Why is wandering there? Here he said, I said that because not knowing the nature of the mind, we are wandering. And then, according to Buddhism, Sharvakayana and the Pratyabodhayana realize the nature of the mind on one part, not fully again. They didn't realize completely that. And then so forth. And then, according to when he's looking of the Dzogchen teaching is the highest teaching of the Buddha Shakyamunis. Is like great master Lungchiba used the example as like peak of the mountain, pinnacle of the top of the mountain of mountain Sumerus. When you look to the pinnacle of the top of the mountain, when you're at the highest of the mountain, peak of the mountain, when you look all under that, you see which mountain is high. You can see clearly which is high, what is this. Similarly, when you look in the point, like standing kind of view of the Dzogchen teaching, looking to all the other teachings of the Yanas, then see their explorations or exploring of the nature of the mind, how much they explored, what is this. So if we're looking for in the top of the mountain or the pinnacle of the Dzogchen view, then when you look to all the other 8 Yanas, including Mahayoga, Anu Yogas, what is degree what they discovered natures. So in that point of view, then there is also always some kind of like some incomplete. Therefore, Dzogchen is a completed teachings, completed all the Dzogchen teachings. So here, Guru Pema Sambhav said everything. For example, all these different schools, including the Madhyamaka, Kriya Yoga, Tantra, and as well as Mahayoga and Anu Yoga. There is still some undiscovered natures, and to compare with the Dzogchen teachings, where the Dzogchen teaching is fully discovered. What is fully discovered? Because Dzogchen teaching is not connected, or is going beyond. Sorry, I should say, is beyond of the mind. Every other school's teachings are still based on the conception or the same and the conception basis. But Dzogchen is beyond of the mind, or it is yishi, or the wisdom, pristine awareness states. So therefore, each of when you look to even the Mahayoga, Anu Yoga teaching, they still has some degrees of the conception aspect, kind of focus on this, such as the Mahayoga teaching, focus on the more kind of purity, divine status, which is so special, pure. But again, to compare it with the Dzogchen, that purity conception is duality. Duality still is a duality. And Anu Yoga teaching is more designed, again, more purity, more blissfulness, more spaciousness nature. And to compare with, again, to the Dzogchen, that is the conceptions, still conceptions. So break through all the conceptions immediately leading to the self-awareness beyond the duality is the Dzogchen teaching. Therefore, this Dzogchen teaching is the highest teachings. And every others are really leading still kind of like some tendency of the different duality. But this is not the errors of these teachings. Teachings, generally what the Buddha gives the teaching, according readiness, according capability of the practitioners, Buddha is leading that. So Dzogchen is the highest, and therefore this teaching is what is completed. Everything is completed. Whole entire teachings. Now, so that is the kind of general explanation of how the Dzogchen teaching and how Dzogchen teaching is so special and highest teachings. And the next group, the next teaching is now talking about more nature of the mind. Now the teachings on nature, more nature of the mind. Now we look to our mind. You look to our mind. What is the mind? When you look to the mind is intelligence, mind is vivid right here. That is what the mind. You look, when I talk this, you look to your mind. You must correct what Guru Pema Sambhav saying with your own mind right now. So here Guru Pema Sambhav said, mind is vivid, mind is intelligence. You read, it is true or not. When you read this, now what that intelligence, vivid mind is is, where is this? Where is this? Again, you look to that. Read that with your mind. Where is your mind? What point we find the answers with this? This. We ask this each question, so not just we ask, Gurupa Masamba was asking that. Introducing, pointing out directly to our inner nature of the mind. We are exploring our nature, the hidden nature. Therefore, and firstly, what Gurupa Masamba said is vividly aware and intelligence. That which is I'm translating roughly this meaning. So, is this true or not? And what the answers we have. And then the next one is, where is that now intelligence over the thoughts? Where is this? What answer we have? Next one, Gurupa Masamba said, from this mind, all that's pain and happiness arising. From this mind. Our pain and our happiness is also arising from this. Now we think of this generally, what that means. Generally in the Dzogchen teaching in Buddhism, what's called, there is like, for example, as we went through kind of different names, at least the names. There is Buddhism, Sharakayana, Partek Buddhayanas. In Bodhisattva yanas, there's first three yanas. And Bodhisattva yana is another synonym is Mahayanas. Mahayana can be divided into two groups. Those are known as mind-only schools and Madhyamaka schools, or the middle way schools. These two schools. For mind-only schools, what that means, mind-only school? Named. It's because named in this school says everything is mind. That means subject is mind, object is mind, our environment, everything is mind. Everything is mind. Mind. There's nothing, it's all mind. Then maybe we argue how we can say this is mind, this all the object is mind. It's not really mind we can say. See that. But in this school says, this is, we developed this from long time ago. What's called? There's three habit patterns. Habit patterns of the universe, habit patterns of the physical, habit patterns of the environments or the usages. The three habit patterns we developed long time ago. That is three habit patterns. This is what they use examples. In the dream, when we're dreaming, when we're sleeping in a warm bed, in white pillows, and we have the dreams. When we have the dreams, what we have dreams? We have subject, we have object. We have usage of that. Object, for example, in the universe, the building, house, and all these things we have. And the subject we have, we are ourselves. We are engaged in that. Usage we have good and bad and feeling and all those things. All those things we have. These three things are where it comes from. These three things vividly we have in the dream. All that. Where that come from? It's nothing but from our mind. Everything comes from our mind. Whole that systems, whatever our experience, all what we're going through is our mind. This is how similarly we developed that thought long time ago. Long time means what? According to Buddhism, beginningless times. Beginningless times. We've been wandering in the samsaras. During that time, we developed that habit patterns. In this school says each time we making stronger habitually because our duality, grasping, clinging, makes stronger, 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 and then we develop the whole these environments. Reality level is nothing, is all emanated, projected by the mind. Everything. That's what the mind-only schools is. This is one of the profound philosophy schools of the Buddhism. This is very deep and profound, but this is just kind of a highlight of the kind of symbol to tell you this. From this mind-only school, all the way to the Dzogchen teaching, same. There's no difference, as everything is the mind. Therefore, Guru Pema Samba is saying here, this mind is vivid, mind is like intelligence, and where is this mind? And this developed all this happiness and peace, all come from this. From this. This is again what is, therefore, when you bring this realization, bring this clearly understand of the way the nature is, everything is our mind. Actually, really, our mind. For example, like when we're talking about the such 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates, that is, I think many of you know this, form aggregates, feeling, perception, conception, and conscience. Those are known as 5 aggregates. And these 5 aggregates, according to Buddhism, every compounded things can be included within the 5 aggregates. There's nothing is left out. Whether it's molecule, whether it's putum, neutrum, right? Neutrum. I'm sorry. That you know, I think, what I'm talking then. So that's it, I think. Or atoms, parallel atoms, or the quantum physics, whatever you're talking, anything metal, the mass, something, it all, nothing is not within this 5 aggregate, according to Buddhism. Everything is this. Everything of these 5 aggregates looks like big 5 departments, 5 things, big things. But if we kind of single out, among the 5, for our conceptual level, 5 aggregates, among our conceptual level, among the 5 aggregates, 4 aggregates are mind. 4 aggregates are mind. Form we leave out for time being, and then feeling, perception, conception, consciousness is all mind. There's nothing else. That is mind. Mind. So now, when you're thinking of this, like feeling, the Guru Pema Samba said, happiness and pains are mind. What is that? It's the feelings. Feeling. That feeling aggregate, this feeling is mind. Who is experiencing that it is happiness? Who is identifying it is suffering? No other than the mind. I mean, this is, we're talking realistic level. We're not talking any mysteries. Mysteries, anything this. It's just the way the things are. It's really mind. Mind. So whose mind? Your mind, my mind. When I say I'm happy, it's my mind. When I say I'm sad, it's my mind. I don't. And that happiness sad is not necessarily permanent. That can be changed. Somebody's happiness, somebody's pain. Somebody's pain, somebody's can be happiness. There's no substantial solid existing happiness and peace, or happiness and sufferings. That's why it is all mind. It's all the what called illusion, display of the illusions. That's how the samsara of the world it is. There's nothing is concrete solid. That is all idea, all mind, all that. And then when you look to the mind, where is the mind? What the Guru Pema Samba pointed out here, or the Dzogchen teaching. Teaching in the Mahamudra teaching, Madhyamaka teaching, all those teachings pointed out. The Panchaparamata teaching is the mind. And where is the mind? And mind is nowhere. Therefore, in the Buddha's Mahayana teaching or those Madhyamaka teaching, mind is beyond of the existing, non-existing, either and neither. Neither all those applications looks like kind of like puzzling word. It's true. It's trying discovery to kind of pulling up the anchors of the dualities, pulling up the kind of knocking out the duality anchorage, and bring the openness state of the nature where the things are. That is what the teachings are all about. This, and then. This is also this mind is named so many schools, so many purposes named on this mind about this. They have so many names. Some says is souls, some says atmas, and some says is mind. Some says is panchaparamita. Some says is tathagatangarbhas. Some says is Mahamadras. Some say it is one sphere of the one spheres. One says, some say the Dharma Dhatus. Some says it is that all subconscious storehouse, all best of alls, and some say it is ordinary minds. Minds have so many names. To this, realistically pointing where they're naming this. Is no other than the mind. And everyone talking about this. Because no one is talking about all those names with this body. Body is going to leave. Body is, according to Buddhism, Buddha teaching, is borrowed from the elements. Fire, water, wind, and earth. This is borrowed, in a way. It's an illusion. We're going to leave. It's just a question how long will last. How many years? It's just borrowed. But everyone is, all those schools, someone talked something deeper than the body that's going to leave after body is gone. They're naming where is no other, there's nothing else than the mind. All those different names came. And they make all the different explanation, the different fabrication, different kind of put things on this input, so many inputs. To this mind, nothing else besides, no matter whatever it is, it's all it is. Going around, backside, front side, all this, naming this. And some knowing a little bit, some knowing not, and that's what in the Dzogchen teaching kind of use the examples. Example, big gigantic elephant, fan analyzed by the born with blind. And so they heard so many times the elephant. Now elephant came, and they're blind, born from the blind. Born with blind. They're looking to the touch to their legs, elephant leg. Oh, they thought the elephant is really big. It looked like tree. Was that loud like this? And they look some touch to the elephant tails, and it's moving. Oh, elephant is moving things, and some looking to the elephant trunks. Trunk is kind of flexible, moving, or is flexible, looks like big snakes, and some look the tusk, touch the tusk, hold, and they said, oh, elephant looks like hard as bone, like tusk, and all named so many things about that one elephant, because they're blind. They didn't born with blind. They didn't. Similarly, when you don't know the exactly clearly, Prabhupada named so many things. They even know a little bit, but they didn't understand it completely, fully. And all different names, the indications, and the inputs came one after another. So, this is. But now, this is the mind. This is that, whatever that is mind, whatever the name it is. This, now, Ngurapa Masamba is pointing out to this. Now you look to this mind. It's already said many times, but this is continual explaining of this our innate nature of the mind. Mind, one after another. And when you look to this mind, into the three time frames, past, present, and future, this mind. And now you think, where is my past mind? And this is not just past mind, we're talking about the last week or yesterday or a few hours ago. Right this moment, your mind, 1 second before or 1 moment before that mind, where is? If you read or ask that questions, what is our answer? Answer. The answer, there's no answer. Is free from the trace. Trace, it is clay emptiness. That is what you see. And when you think that the present moment, what is this present moment? Present moment of thought. Where is this present moment of thought? My thought. And when you ask that questions, what we have the answer? Answer. There's again, same, nothing. And the present means not future thought arrived. Thought. So, what is this now? When you look to this mind, when you look to this three from past moment, present moment, and a future moment, kind of free from that three frames, you look to the mind. Mind, the answer is here in Guru Masam is nothing to see. Nothing to see but except brilliant, kind of openness. Openness. That is what you have answered. This is what, according to Dzogchen teaching or in Buddhism, is known as direct perception. Direct valid perception or valid cognitions. It's not diluted by anything, not by the imaginations, not presumptions, not conceptions, in a way. It's a direct valid cognitions. Because it's direct, why? It's right this moment. Right this moment. You're looking direct to your own nature, to the awareness. When you look into that nature, is known as fresh. This nature is what Guru Masamba named here, naked fresh. It's naked. What is naked? Is the dogma of the past is free, future is free, and the present, all the dogmas are free. Is a naked, fresh awareness as it could be, should be. Is a simple nature as it is, free from all our dogma of thoughts. Now you look to this nature. Nature, if you look to this, is openly, unimpeded status. There's nothing is existing. Nothing is existing that we can hold. Again, of course, you're all looking to your mind this time. Nature of the mind is, I said so many times, and you know, we're not talking about this somebody else's mind or somewhere else. This talking, we're really talking. Guru Masamba is pointing out right our nature of the mind, your mind, my mind. That's how we're going to discover nature of that, so that we can meditate. When we meditate, what called meditation is a practice. Practicing known, we say practice. Practice in this case, meditating is a practicing, or practicing is a meditation. When we do the meditation should be with confidence. Confidence. Meditation should not be lingering with the perceptions. When you have the confidence, that's what you're going to discover. So now you're really discovering your innate nature exactly as it is. Free from dogma, free from perceptions, free from the talking by someone. You're looking directly to your own nature. Nature of the mind or the awareness. As you discover whatever, you're going to maintain that. that maintaining is meditation. Maintaining is practices. That is what we're going to change our environment. Our whole perceptions, conceptions, seeings, or everything, really we're going to change. From this, we are looking to the heart and source of everything. Every environment, as said, I said in teaching said, is all developed from mind. This is, we are looking now to that producer, that developer. We are going to change its own nature, not dogma ruled by the dualities. We are not going to wander in the outskirts of this nature. We are looking to the heart of the nature of the awareness. Awareness, from that, we are going to rule our environment, our old systems. So therefore, when we develop the view or the Dzogchen teaching, we need confidence. Every view generally said, I'm sure you heard this, called view, meditation, and conduct. You heard those teachings, I'm sure. View is so important. That is what you're going to maintain. That is the whole thing. Your view will be meditation with view, conduct with view. Then result will get. Therefore, this is what really teaching. And this is something so important. That always those great masters, one after another, said that confidence is so important. This time we are not developing confidence. Somebody said, "Oh, I trust it, I confidence." That is, of course, is confidence too. But this time you're looking to the right to our nature of the mind with our own intelligence, with the direct valid cognitions. And when you discover that nature, nobody can dispute you. It's nature, your nature. That's it. That's what you're going to stand firmly, tall, and strong, and maintain that. Maintain that. So therefore, this is the what? But this is so. It is there's this. When you look to this nature, it is open, naked, fresh. When you behold this, there's nothing substantial, solid existing that we can hold. It's totally empty. Is that? But that empty is not negation empty. Negation is not blank empty. It is clarities. It's brilliant. Therefore, it's known as in the teaching, clear emptiness or clarity emptiness. Emptiness with clarities. Inseparable clarity. This clarity is what? It's intelligence. Even though there's nothing too substantial to hold and grasp, there is, but it is vivid intelligence. This is our nature of the mind. So therefore, it's not empty as a blank. It's kind of clarity or something like as the torch or light or the bulb like that, but it's just open, clairvoyance. That is what the nature of the mind is. This. So this nature is not also permanent. It's not permanent because there's nothing existing. When we say it's permanent, that means something existing. But there's nothing existing. Therefore, it is nothing we can name as permanent. And also this nature is, we can now say, is like blank or the empty or blank or if I use the word null state or complete kind of blank, absent status. It's not. It's a brilliant intelligence. How mystery, how wonderful it is. That's how this our nature of the mind is. It's open, brilliant, vivid intelligence. How it is. And it is also that we cannot put it in numbers. It's not just one, we can say. Oh, this is one. One. How we can say one? There's nothing existing that we can hold. It's one. There's nothing. Nothing. It is also arising at the same time. All this, as already Gurupema Sambhava said, all the samsaras and nirvanas are arising from this. And what is that? There's nothing. How marvelous, how special it is. Therefore, in the Buddha's teaching, always inexpressible, inconceivable. It's something that you cannot put by the imagination or the conception frames to this nature. This is what our nature is, your nature and my nature is. How this is. And also if we say all the samsara, nirvana, everything arising from this, all this, but from where is it arising? Can you pinpoint the location of each of those? No. Again, it's totally free that. So all the dogmas, all the frames of what we named cannot really apply any of this. This is what the nature, marvelous nature of the mind is. And this is not coming from outside or anywhere. It is your and our nature of the mind. Nature of the mind. This. So this is what the nature of the mind is. Okay, I will stop here, and if you have some questions, I'd like to discuss. Thank you. Yeah, please, if you have. Thank you, Dennis, give me a little water. Thank you, okay, thank you.
Water?
Just a plain water.
Just water.
No, just hot water. I have hot water. Thank you, okay, thank you so much. Yes,
I'm
please.
going to go with the recency. I've got several, but I'm going to stick with the recency. Clairvoyance, you mentioned, is the nature of mind.
What?
It's
Say that?
clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance.
Okay. So, it's my understanding, I'm probably going to word this badly, so let me apologize up front.
Pardon?
I'm going to probably word this badly, so I apologize up front.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it is my understanding that when you have truly arrived,
Sorry.
when you have truly arrived, that you find there is no difference between ultimate and conventional reality.
What? Ultimate what?
Between ultimate
Uh-huh.
and conventional reality.
Right.
It all happens here.
Uh-huh.
And if that is so, then isn't clairvoyance only an appearance? In other words, it seems to be, it appears to be, but it is. I'm going to go with a perception rather than a direct cognition, because that's viewed as something more in the ultimate nature than actually just kind of what occurs. In other words, what appears to us as clairvoyance is just naturally occurring. It's just a play of things as they happen. There is no real actual control or intention or the instant you say clairvoyance, you create duality.
Clairvoyance. I use the word, I think so you're talking that, I use the clairvoyance, rupa, we're talking rupa or the awareness, right? Awareness is clarity.
Yes.
Clarity, and then I use also rupa is clairvoyance. So what means clairvoyance? You tell me.
It's my understanding that clairvoyance would be an awareness of things beyond what other people would be aware of, first of all, in a conventional sense. And that would be, for example, what might be going to happen, or what people might be thinking.
Oh, okay. Then I'm sorry. I used the wrong word. Clairvoyance. I shouldn't use clairvoyance. I should use rupa as clarity.
As clarity.
Clarity.
So an understanding, so that it would be an understanding of things.
The rupa is the clarity, but power of the rupa can make the clairvoyance. Rupa is clarity. Rupa is clarity means Rupa has wisdoms. Rupa is wisdom. That Rupa can make the clairvoyance of the future or whatever, as you said.
But if you view that as clairvoyance, haven't you just created duality?
Yes, it is dualities. Definitely, clairvoyance then as the prediction of all this is dualities. But this is duality, something useful.
But isn't it more useful to live in the moment and not have duality?
Well, this is better to have no dualities. But then duality is not something that, again, in Dzogchen teaching, we should not think duality is enemy.
Oh, not enemy.
You know, the duality is obstacle.
But deception. You know,
Yeah, duality is
deluded.
Yeah, deluded.
Isn't it kind of like teetering on the brink of falling back over?
Yeah, right.
That?
But if you can stay beyond the duality, if you have that capabilities, that is wonderful.
Is this then a matter of balance?
Say that again?
Balance. Can you keep your balance on a razor blade, you know, on the head of a pin?
But when you don't have when you're out of duality, definitely you are balanced. Definitely you are balanced because the duality is the one who's making unbalance. But if you are free from the duality, then definitely you are.
I don't understand how you stay, if you're looking at clairvoyance, how you not...
No, I'm not saying now clairvoyance, I'm sorry, I shouldn't use word clairvoyance, that I use clarity status.
Clarity, but receiving clarity as future understanding.
No, the future understanding, that's fine. But for example, Buddha Shakyamuni talk the future, Buddha Shakyamuni talk the past, Gurupema somebody. This is not called duality, this is the omniscient or the clairvoyance. But because of the knowledge of the wisdom they have, they can tell, but for them it's not dualities. What means duality actually? What means duality?
Duality is dividing the moment into anything but the moment.
Okay, I think I will say, of course it's true, what you say is true, but duality means attachment, clinging, clinging.
Self-grasping.
Clinging. But Buddha's enlightened beings, even this test says all these different things on the relative levels, it's not the talking with grasping and clinging.
This is why you need a teacher, right? So you can have confidence in these things. I
beg pardon?
This is why one needs a teacher, right?
That's true. Teacher is always, I say, the teacher is good. Teacher is a spiritual friend that who can help assist. Or qualified the teacher is spiritual friend who can usher those practitioners on the right path and all the way to the Buddha. And therefore Buddha said the teaching said that, oh Shariputra, until you reach the enlightenment, you should always contact to the spiritual friend.
I think I need a friend.
That's it, of course, I need two.
If I understood you correctly, when you were discussing this present mind, one of the qualities you said it was free from the traces of the past.
Mm-hmm.
In light of that, could you say something a little bit about memory and how that functions with present mind?
No, this memory is again part of the intelligence. Part of intelligence, which is wonderful. I mean, memories are always that. But when we look into the nature of the present mind, when you stay into the present mind, or when you are in this present mind status, when you look to where the past mind went. So when there's what answer we have about the past mind, and when there's no answer to the past mind, therefore in the teaching also said, even there is not just about the present mind where it went, but even there is no trail or the trace of the past mind. Mind went, because past mind means something went, right? Something is gone. So if there is any trail of that past mind,
that's what I'm saying, that potentially you could say that memory is a...
But that is a recollecting of the conceptions, your thought, which is good. But the real
distinction between the thoughts and the mind itself.
Yeah, but is a recollecting of the past memories. Past memories, of course, this is there. That is called like your wisdom. The wisdom is there, memories are there. But we're looking to the present status. We're not looking to the past memories or any of those. But we're looking to the right standard on the present state of our awareness, and then look to our past mind. Past mind, this present moment is like past few minutes ago, where that mind went. Where that mind went. If you look to that mind, if that's not just we have the answer of the mind where it went, but even if there is some trace that we can follow or trail of that, there's even that not there. That is what talking, not the memories. Of course, also if the memory level, same thing. Memory, of course, is important, but where is memories? If you look to the memory itself, again, what is this? Nature is pervasive. This is not something that we can go or do something different. Again, memories. Where is memories? Memories. And what? Of course, memory we collect. Yesterday I did all these things. We collect that. But where is this? If you think now. Is this answer is the same, or the result is the same, nature is the same. Okay.
Rinpoche, when you were here last with Khenpo and Chow, you talked about teaching from Mipa Rinpoche on Manjushri, Great Perfection. And there's one place in there where Mipa Rinpoche says, we talk about ground, path, and fruition dualistically, as if three things. He said, but really these are like levels of space.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no real... So could you say then that the past, the present, and the future, in our mind we think there are three things.
Mm-hmm.
But really it's just like in space, you can't say past, present, future because it's all connected. There's no complete past, there's no complete future. And even the present moment, you can't grasp it.
Mm-hmm. That's really true. That's true. Who can say is not true to Rinpoche? Rinpoche is true, exactly. Really true, that's true. It's not just because Rinpoche said we believe in that, but this is what is ground. Of course, always in the teaching said ground, path, and a result. Or in the Tibet said, ya lam deva. Said, what is that? Is all talking about this rupa. Rupa. And the ground is a rupa, and the path is a rupa, and the result is a rupa. And where is the rupa? Then Rinpoche said, it's like making different kind of levels of the skies. Skies, this and that things. It's just all. But we need this, even though there's that. But for us, duality level, because that's what we're going to actualize this nature realization with that understand, that framework. That's what the teaching said, the skillful means. This is skillful means way to ushering us to that path. And then finally, we explore. All is the same. And not just the only grounded path is the same, but all the samsara and nirvana is the same. Then it's called the inseparable status of the samsara and nirvana. Yes, please. Yeah.
Direct cognition, or direct experience, direct knowing. If I can discriminate or allow to fall away all the five skandhas and have direct cognition, isn't that of a self? And in Buddhism, they talk about there being no actual self. And yet, who experiences direct cognition, if not the one who experiences it?
I'm going to make phone call, trying to. That's it. Trying to make a phone call. That thing. So I don't know. Line is always busy and can't reach. So I don't know. I mean, the answer will come. But this direct valid cognitions and this is no self is actually, of course, is all the teachings. But direct valid cognition is talking more from the everything of this. We looked at more on the relative true levels. Relative levels. No self is in absolute levels. And in the relative level, definitely we have self. And relative level means what? Illusion levels. Illusion level, we have self, we have you, we have I, we have mountain, we have tree, and that's what even the Buddha said, I'm going to go Varanasi, I'm going to go to Buddha Gaya, I'm going to go Vaishali, and Ananda, bring me this bowl of water or something. I mean, see those are all the relative levels. Relative levels. So relative level, definitely we have the direct valid cognition, which is going to explore that absolute level as no self. Self. So the direct valid cognition on the relative level, definitely you're going to discover valid cognition that on the relative level of your I or self. You understand, right?
How would it be ever possible to comment about an absolute reality if there wasn't the capacity to do that?
Say that again?
How could one ever even have a consideration about an absolute reality except from a vantage point of being someone?
No, that is then on the relative level. For example, you ask yourself, when you're meditating, as we are exploring that today, for example, this, and when you don't have any answers of this, and that is really, according to Buddhism, that is Dzogchen level, you reach to the point. You really reach to the absolute levels. And absolute is only going to behold through the meditation. And then your meditation becomes stronger and stronger, then there is nothing to make divisions between absolute and relative truth. All is the same. Same. Therefore, for now, for us, we have the duality, we have this division, so therefore we're going to work with joyful effort, devotion, and bodhicitta, and really strongly kind of maintaining that and explore the nature as we discover, trying to make stronger and stronger and deeper, and then finally, then you see all is just in one great equanimity status.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche.
Thank you.
I would like to just summarize, if you don't mind, in saying that, to my mind, the only confusion that ever happens is because we are afraid to go beyond the mind of concept.
Mm-hmm. That's really true. Many times we are very scared. For example, that's what in a Buddha's teaching, there's 6 paramatas. The 6 paramatas, among the third paramata is what? Patient paramata. Patient paramata. And patient paramata is one of the known as then have the courage and confidence. Confidence on the nature of the mind or nature. Many times we're scared because the duality mind or the ego cling or the self is always like to hold something. Always. So when we are released that trap, kind of it really brings, and therefore Buddha gave the teachings according to readiness of the teachings. And really Buddha lay out that Buddha didn't give all the way every teaching immediately, that he pointed out the first 4 noble truth teaching, which is very suitable, which is very kind of like, it's just exactly where the world is, and so Kegel there, and then gradually Buddha lead to that. So therefore, it's true what you said.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Then we do short meditation, and then we again do short dedication. I'm going to do some prayers, so join your intention with my prayers.